Hello. Welcome to day 2 of the Northeast Ninja Association Championships. We're here at Action Athletics Norwood, where we have Strive Ninja Fitness, Surge Ninja, Vitality Obstacle Fitness, and Ninja Mania competing for the NENA Championship. This is day 2, wave number 4, and you guys are tuning in here for our 11 through 12-year-old wave 4. Yesterday they were on the other course here. They're warming up on our course here. There's a little overview on the format today. Our first stage that you're going to see, the competitors will get to run through the first 6 obstacles of the course. Whether or not they complete or fail an obstacle, they get to make an attempt at all 6 obstacles. Every obstacle they clear, they receive a point for their team, and points and time matter. That second stage, there's 4 additional obstacles added to the course, and we have a little more traditional format of if the competitor is unable to complete a course, the run will end there. They're still currently warming up. So when the time is done with that, we should be back with you guys shortly as they start queuing up on that starting block and getting ready for their stage 1 runs. Our competitors are still warming up on the course right here. Let's get the run order up on the screen for you guys. So our stage 1, 11 to 12-year-old division. We're going to be starting off with Steven, followed up by Lucas, Madison, Ethan, and Dustin. That'll be our first 5 competitors when we are ready to get rolling. after the team warm-up period ended there was a little adjustment on the course. And as you can see, course master Nolan out there is just kind of explaining that I think our grip changed, what they're going to be catching as they come through obstacle 8, which is the big boot scoot swing. So he's explaining that to all of them now, and I believe we should be getting our competitors started shortly. So we'll see you guys soon at the starting clock when Steven is ready to take his first Stage 1 run. All right, and our first competitor, Steven's on the course. He let's do those first 2 obstacles. Looks like he got a big swing through obstacle number 4 there. He's getting up, engaging with our first spinning discs, making his way across. Hitting that ground, getting across those rollers, getting the big sprint over for the buzzer. And let's see. All right, and Steven got through all 6 obstacles in a time of 32:75. Up next, we have Lucas. Lucas is competing for Strive Ninja Fitness. And he's through our first obstacle. This way, swinging down. He gets to that black platform. Will have completed that second obstacle, making his way along obstacle 3. A little bit of a hard time with the spinning disc there. climbing his way up to obstacle number 5. Reaching for that second spinning disc. Trying to spot that red block for the landing. Very nice. Making his way across those spinning pipes. And hits that timer. Very nice run. So Luke has completed all that in 5 obstacles in 48.92. Up next we have Madison. Madison's getting started. Ooh, hanging on tight there. Making her way through that second obstacle, spinning around obstacle number 3 and right onto the board of number 4. Getting her big swing across, clears hitting that platform, climbing her way up to obstacle 5. Madison's moving with a purpose here. Getting her nice big swing across. Down to the ground pipes, sprint for the buzzer, and great run. This is our fastest competitor so far with 32.2 seconds. Up next, we're going to have Ethan. Ethan's competing for Ninja Mania today. And Ethan through the first obstacle and swinging his way through obstacle number 2. And cleared that. He's making his way around those spinning discs. There's a nice clear for obstacle number 3. Big swing through 4. Clears getting that point on the pad there. Starts climbing his way up to start making his way along these spinning discs. He's onto the second already. Hits that landing platform, across those pipes, gets his buzzer hit. And nice run out of Ethan. Getting through all 6 obstacles in 28.79 seconds. Good enough to have him in first so far. Up next, we're going to have Dustin. Dustin's competing for Vitality Obstacle Fitness. Already through that first, ripping through the second obstacle as well. And he's on to obstacle number 3, around the spinning disc. Oh, slipped off that second one a little bit, but that's okay. Right up onto obstacle 4. Big swing across, gets the point there. Climbing up that truss, reaching out to engage with that first spinning disc. Lost the mail slot to the second, and he's down for the ground game and the sprint. Nice run. Dustin got 5 obstacles in 32.26 seconds. Up next, we're going to have Parker. Parker's competing for Surge Ninja. And around that corner and through the obstacle for his first point. Oh, had a little slip on that obstacle number 2 there. That's all right. Making his way back to the swinging disc. Through that obstacle, climbing up the board. Obstacle number 4 here. Big swing across. And he gets another point. Climbing up to obstacle number 5. Swinging his way across, engage with that second disc. Down to the ground pipes, big sprint, and gets that buzzer for a finish. Parker got through 5 obstacles in 32.4 seconds. And up next, we're going to have Maisie. Maisie's competing today for Ninja Mania. touching that red pad for her first point. Right up onto those big swings and laches through obstacle number 2. She can get her feet to that black pad. She secured herself a second point. Onto those spinning discs at obstacle 3. Don't quite think she made it to the landing platform there. A big reach out to hook that ring, swing across. She does get the point for obstacle 4. Climbing up to go engage with those vertical spinning discs. The line of those for obstacle 5 here. Working her way across. And she's down for a clear on the red box there. And making her way along those pipes. Big sprint for the buzzer. A nice run out of Macy. Macy completed 5 obstacles in a time of 44.77 seconds. And up next, we're going to have Miles. Miles is on that starting block, getting ready. And he's around that first obstacle, competing today for Vitality Obstacle Fitness. Swinging his way through that second obstacle, touching that red box, or the black box for the point there. Oh, little out of control, but made it to the landing point there. Got the point on obstacle 3. Big swing through number 4. Touches that landing platform for that clear point. Already swung his way over to that second spinning disc, twisting around, and he's down for another clear. Now across our rolling pipes on the ground, and gets that timer. Great run. Miles completed all 6 obstacles in 39.82 seconds. And up next, we're going to have Jackson. Jackson's up on the starting block here. And he's off. Got a point touching that red box. Beating the day for Strive Ninja Fitness. Making his way through obstacle 2. And now down around the horizontal spinning disc. Nice little control there. Making sure he gets all the points he can for his team. Big swing through, but a little out of control with the landing. Didn't quite hit the landing platform. That's all right. Climbing on up, engage with that first spinning disc. Slipped on the nail slot. Good control. There we go. Got his hand across to that second spinning disc. And got his point there. Across the pipes to the buzzer. Nice run out of Jackson. Jackson got 5 obstacles in 43.64 seconds. And up next, we're going to have Connor. Connor's getting started right here. Competing today for Surge Ninja. Flying through that first obstacle. Already on to number 2. Touching on that pad. Ripping through those spinning discs at 3. And big jump out, hits the landing, and immediately up there. Connor's moving very efficiently between the obstacles right now, making every second count. Touches down, big sprint through. Wonderful run out of Connor there. That was a very fast blitz of that course. And Connor got through all 6 in 25.18 seconds. And then up next, we're going to have Haris. Reese is getting counted on the starting block there. He's competing for Ninja Mania today. Through that first obstacle. And already up, swinging his way through number 2. And cleared his way through there. On those spinning discs. Ooh, I think he came a little short of the landing platform there. That's all right. Big reach out, swinging his way through for number 4. Climbing up. Reese is on that first spinning disc there. Swung his way over to number 2. Gets that point by touching the red landing platform. And there's the timer. Great run from Haris. Nice sprint to the end. All right, so Haris completed 8 obstacles in a time of 32.79 seconds. Up next, we're going to have Mason. Mason's getting started here. Competing today for Vitality Obstacle Fitness. I'm sorry. Swinging his way through obstacle number 2. And land on that black pad there. He gets his point. Right over those spinning discs. Ooh, nice control. Big leap and swing his way through obstacle 4 for another point. Mason. Mason got through 5 obstacles in 37.24 seconds, which is good enough to have him in 5th so far. Up next, we're going to have Theodore. Theodore is getting started here, competing for Strive Ninja Fitness today. Already through that first obstacle. Through obstacle number 2. Ooh, had a little slip on the disc there, but kept himself up. Able to regain composure and get that point on obstacle number 3. Big swing across obstacle 4. Climbing his way up that truss. Reaching out for our first spinning disc. And he clears obstacle 5. Across the spinning pipes and a big sprint to the finish. Great run out of Theodore. He got all 6 obstacles in 34.09 seconds. Up next, we're going to have Riker. Riker's just waiting to get counted in to start his run. He's competing today for Surge Ninja. Starting off on his run. His first point there by hitting that red platform. And touching that black, he's got his second around the spinning discs. Clears number 3. Big swing through 4. And right on to 5. Missed that mail slot there, but got it on the second attempt. Right on through to that landing platform. Across the pipes, big sprint. Great run to the finish there, right? He got through all 6 obstacles in 29.14 seconds. Up next, we're going to have Reese. Reese looks like he's on the starting block there. Getting counted in to start his run. Competing today for Vitality Obstacle Fitness. Through the first obstacle. Through the second, quickly approaching and right over those spinning discs. Big reach out and swing through that 4th obstacle. Through obstacle number 5, running over those. And a great run, hitting that buzzer there out of Reese. Reese completed all 6 obstacles in 26.43 seconds. And up next, we have Austin. Austin's competing today for Strive Ninja Fitness. He's getting counted in for his run. There's his first point. Swinging through obstacle 2, clears that one. Coming up to approach those spinning discs. Just climbing up. Swing through 4 for another point. And engaging with those vertical spinning discs for our 5th obstacle line. Clears that. Across those pipes. Big sprint to the finish. Great run out of Austin. Austin completed all 6 obstacles in 33.6 seconds. And up next, we're going to have Lionel. Lionel's competing for Surge Ninja. Tore through that first obstacle, already through the second as well. Making his way around those spinning discs. Oh, getting a little hung up, but finding his composure. Made sure he got that third point for the team. Swinging his way around to that landing platform for point number 4. Touches down after making his way past those spinning discs and gets this big sprint down to the finish. Great run out of line. Lionel got through all 6 obstacles in 28.97 seconds. Good enough for 4th so far. And up next, we're going to have Cora. Cora looks like she's on the starting block, getting counted in. And she's off. Through the first obstacle, swinging her way through obstacle number 2. And touches that block for a point. Around her spinning disc. Getting to that landing platform. Climbing her way up obstacle number 4. And a big swing across to that landing platform. Her 4th point. I'm sorry, not her 4th point. She got her 3rd point there. I think she might have maybe missed the landing platform on obstacle number 3. Touching down, making her way across the spinning pipes. Big sprint to the finish. Great run out of Cora. Cora got 5 obstacles in 43.67 seconds. Up next, we're going to have Nathan. Nathan's competing today for Surge Ninja. Making his way up to the starting block. And he's off. Very quick through that first obstacle. Swinging his way through obstacle 2. And down to the spinning discs. A little trickier than they look, but he manages to navigate them. Big swing across 4. Climbing his way up to swing through number 5. Clears that, sprints his way down, and a great run out of Nathan. Full send for the finish. Nathan got all 6 obstacles in 24.5 seconds. That's the fastest time we've seen so far. Up next, we're going to have Emily. Emily's competing for Ninja Mania today. And she's around that first obstacle. Very quickly up on obstacle number 2. Swinging her way through. Gets the point by touching that landing platform. She's around the spinning disc. On to obstacle number 4 here. Gets another point. Climbing her way up to engage with those vertical spinning discs here. Into that nail slot. On to the second. And she's cleared there. Big sprint to the finish. And there we go. Great run out of Emily. Although I think she might not have got to that landing platform at the end. Yeah, the time was good, but we didn't quite get all 6 obstacles. Up next, we have Dallas. Dallas is competing today for Vitality Obstacle Fitness. Swinging her way through obstacle number 2. Big sprint through and around obstacle number 3. Now, spun a little more than she planned, but using that pole to eject herself forward to the landing platform. Big swing over for her 4th point. She's on our first spinning disc. And cleared obstacle 5. She's getting her big sprint to the finish. Great run out of Dallas. She got through all 6 obstacles in 37.53 seconds. Up next, we're going to have Lennon. And Lennon's off on her run. Swinging her way through that second obstacle. Clears obstacle 3 for her 2nd point of the run. Swings through for her 3rd point on obstacle 4. touches down on that one. Makes her way across the spinning pipes and a big sprint for the finish. Great run out of Lennon. She got 5 obstacles completed in 35.36 seconds. Up next, we're going to have Benjamin. Benjamin's competing today for Surge Ninja, making his way through that first obstacle. Up and engaged and swinging his way through obstacle number 2. Let's see if he can make it over to that black box and secure his second point, which he does. On to obstacle 3, little horizontal spinning discs here. Big jump to the second one there. Ooh, and didn't quite make it to the landing platform there, but that's all right. Grabbing the ring at obstacle 4, swinging his way across. Secures his third point of the run. Benjamin's got his hands on that second spinning disc, looking for the dismount, which he nails. Across those ground pipes and hitting the buzzer for his 5th point. Great run, Benjamin. Benjamin completed 5 obstacles in 48.73 seconds. Great run. Up next, we have Beckham. Beckham's competing today for Ninja Mania. Little slip on that step, but he kept his composure, made his way through. Working on getting that second point here. And if he can get his feet to those black box, which he does, he's secured it. He's onto the spinning discs. Whoa, he went for a little ride right there. But he held on, gained his composure, stopped that spin. Those bearings really move if you're not ready for them. Now he hops over to the next one, and a little more control. Makes his way through to get that third point. Great job, Beckham. He's climbing his way up. Big jump out. We're going to have to see if we can control that swing here. Build it up. All right, so we let go of that board. That's okay. Climbing our way up to go engage with obstacle number 5. And, peels off that second disc, unfortunately. That's all right. I think he's okay. He's back up. He's attempting our 6th and final obstacle here, which he navigates to get his 4th point of the run. Nice run, Beckham. He got through 4 obstacles in 1 minute and 10 seconds flat. Up next, we're going to have Austin. Austin's competing today for, it looks like, Vitality Obstacle Fitness. And sprinting his way through that first obstacle. Already through the second as well. Gotta say, the Vitality Obstacle Fitness competitors have really been moving with a purpose this weekend. Clears obstacle 4 for his 3rd point of the run. He's working his way through the spinning discs, clears his way through those for point number 5, makes it through the spinning discs and hit that buzzer for point number 5, completing 5 obstacles in 28.74 seconds. Nice run, Austin. Up next, we're going to have Davis. Davis is competing today for Strive Ninja Fitness. Making their way around through obstacle number 1. Setting those hits for a big swing coming into obstacle number 2. Hits that landing platform to secure the second point. Onto the spinning discs. Gets point number 3 by making his way over to that landing mat. Big swing out. Gets point 4 hitting that platform there. Starts climbing his way up and engaging with those vertical spinning discs. Got his hand on the second cliffhanger and across the spinning pipes. Big sprint to the finish and great run out of Davis. Davis completed 6 obstacles in 34.63 seconds to squeak their way right up into the 10th spot of the competitors that have gone so far. Up next, we have Gianna. Gianna's on that starting block there, making her way over to the starting block. Gianna's competing today for Ninja Mania. We're getting our shoes tied before we start this run here. That's probably a good idea. We don't want to trip. We did have a competitor lose a shoe during the course run yesterday, and impressively was able to complete a few obstacles without a piece of apparel. There's Gianna on. Oh, nope, she made it to the landing platform, got the point. Did fall to the side a little bit there, but I believe crossed that plane. Starting on obstacle 2, hits that landing platform for her second point. Carefully trying to step her way across here. Let's see if we're gonna change our approach. She's got the foot on, got the hands over. She's transitioned to the second. We just gotta get a nice dismount to that landing mat there. And a nice big jump. Good job, Gianna. She climbs up to get the ring and start on obstacle 4. Just gets it hooked and swings her way across. And lands on that platform for her 4th point. The time might begin to become a little bit of an issue here, seeing that we only have 20 seconds left. We're still haven't engaged with the first spinning disc here of obstacle 5, but Gianna's out. She's making her way through. Hand on the slot. She's got her hand on the second one and clears obstacle 5. Can she sprint to that timer? She gets the buzzer, and she does. Nice finish. Gianna got through all 6 obstacles in 1 minute, 26.55 seconds. Up next, we have Addie. Addie's at the starting block here, competing today for Vitality Obstacle Fitness. Through that first obstacle, no problem. Big set and swing for obstacle 2. And touches that platform for a point. Ooh, now going for a little ride on that first spinning disc. Moved a little bit more than they were anticipating, but stayed on top. Working to gain some composure. Stepping across to the other. Got the foot out, but those discs, those bearings, they really move. But we did success. Nope, we're still on the yellow one, I believe. We took a little option to hop off that and just move right over to obstacle 4. He's got the ring, big jump out, hits that platform for the 3rd point of the run. Hands are on the first cliff. And across to that second disc. Down, got the 5th point, and big sprint down. Right, looks like Addie got through that course in 1 minute and 9.33 seconds, getting 5 points along the way. Up next, we're going to have Logan. Logan's getting ready on the starting block. Logan's competing today for Strive Obstacle Fitness. I think I saw that blue and orange jersey on him there. Yes, I did. Great job through the first obstacle. Swinging his way through obstacle 2. Gets that point. Onto those spinning discs. No hiccups there. And already secured point number 4. Quickly climbing up. Jumping out too, and moving across those discs. Already down, working on the ground pipes. Big sprint to the end, and that was a wonderful run out of Logan. Logan completed all 6 obstacles in 24.29 seconds to put him into 1st out of all competitors that have competed in this stage so far. Great run, Logan. Up next, we have Kaylee. Kaylee's getting counted in right now. Looks like she's also competing for Surge Ninja today. Making her way through that second obstacle. Secured that point there. Hopping across those spinning discs. Sending herself across for her 4th point. Got those hands engaged with the first disc. Didn't quite get the mail slot there, but second attempt she did. Out to the discs. Big spinning down. Making her way across those rotating pipes. And a nice sprint to the finish. Great run out of Kaylee there. She got all 6 obstacles in 30.55 seconds. Good enough to push her up into 8th place so far. Up next, we're going to have William. Williams competing today for Strive Ninja Fitness. Also blitzing through those first 2 obstacles. Already got that second point there. Onto the spinning discs. Ooh, we slipped off a little. I'm not sure if the foot touched the ground there or not. No, I believe he did not get that point. He's swinging his way across to get his 3rd point on obstacle number 4. It's onto the first spinning disc. Mail slot. Couldn't quite grab the cliffhanger on the second disc there, but he's trying with his other hand. Got himself down. Crossed the spinning pipes. I think he might have touched the ground there, yes. So I think Williams only getting 4 points out of that one, but he got through that course in 35.54 seconds. Nice run, Williams. Up next, we're going to have Devin. Devin's ready at the starting block here. Looks like Devin's competing for Vitality Obstacle Fitness today. Quickly through that first obstacle. And swinging his way through obstacle number 2. Skipping right past obstacle number 3. And gets point number 4 by touching that platform. He's working his way through the spinning disc. Touches down to get point number 5, point 6, and wraps up the timer. Great job. Devin got through that course, completing all 6 in 26.6 seconds. Good enough to have him in 5th place. Great run. Up next, we have Ori. Ori's getting started. She's competing for Surge Ninja today. Swinging her way through obstacle 2, trying to earn that 2nd point of her run. Touches that platform and gets it. She's onto those spinning discs. Hops off to the landing platform, securing that 3rd point. Big swinging for point number 4. Quickly making her way up to get engaged with those cliff-hanging spinning discs up there. She secures point number 5. She's making the big sprint down to hit that timer, and a great run out of Ori. Ori got all 6 obstacles in 36.43 seconds. Great run. And up next, we're going to have Jonah. Jonah's competing for Ninja Mania today. Counted in and starting his run. Jonah gets those first 2 points as he's working his way around the spinning disc. Oh, he did! Despite getting a little out of control there, it looks like he did manage to make it to the landing platform. Touching that block over there cleanly, he gets point number 4. Now Jonah's working his way through the spinning discs. It's already to the 2nd. Touchdown, making his way across the spinning pipes, and a great run out of Jonah. He got all 6 points in 30.25 seconds, which is good enough to have him up in 9th place out of all competitors that have gone so far. Up next, we have Gavin. Gavin's ready to get started on the block right here, competing for Vitality Obstacle Fitness. He's through our first obstacle, swinging his way through the 2nd, gets that 2nd point, making his way around those spinning discs, taking a nice little S-turn around them, touching down for point number 4. Quickly navigating these vertical spinning discs, touches that platform for point number 5. He's across the pipes, a big spin to the finish, and he gets through all 6 obstacles in 25.57 seconds. Good enough to have him in 4th place so far. Great run out of Gavin. Up next, we have Emma, our second to last competitor of the stage. And she's off. Didn't quite get that first obstacle there. Working on getting her first point on obstacle 2, which she does. Working on the point number 2 on 3 there, making her way around the spinning disc. Swinging her way over to point number 4. Point number 3 on obstacle 4. Sorry about that. She's engaged with those vertical spinning discs here. Secures point number 4 with the landing. Making her way across the pipes. Hits the timer. Great run out of Emma. She got 5 points, completing the course in 31.88 seconds. That should bring us to our final competitor of the stage, Layla. She's getting up to the block here. Layla's competing today for Vitality Obstacle Fitness. And she's got her first point, swinging her way through the second obstacle, and secures point 2. Goes for a little ride on the second disc here, but manages to get some control, push off that main pipe, and secure point 3. Swings over for her fourth point, and shimmying her way right up to get started with this fifth obstacle. One hand's the first cliff-hander, one hand's the second, and she's down for point 5. Across the pipes, gets point 6, and a great run out of Layla. She got through all 6 obstacles in 34.78 seconds. Very nice run. That will do it for stage 1. We're going to have a quick little pause here while we get the next 4 obstacles all set up and ready to go. And the competitors will be back on the starting block soon to start stage 2.
Isabel, okay? Have fun.
right, everyone. We seem to have been waiting a little bit to wrap up stage 1 of the 6 through 8 division, competing on the other course here this morning. And I think that now that they've wrapped up stage 1, we're getting ready to shift the entire wave 4 here over to stage 2. Coming up on your screen here, we have our run order for our stage 2 competitors in the 11 to 12 division. Our first 5 are going to be Beckham, Addie, William, Lucas, and Benjamin. This will be our first 5 competitors, and hopefully we should be getting someone up on the block and getting back to the action not too long. We'll see you guys then. All right, welcome back. We are ready to get started. First competitor, Beckham, competing for Ninja Mania, is up here on our starting block here. All right, Beckham's getting counted off. He's through his first obstacle. Completes obstacle number 2 there. He's back on those spinning discs. Hops across to the second. Successfully makes it to that landing platform there. As a little reminder, in stage 2, if a competitor does not complete an obstacle successfully, that will end their run right there. Beckham successfully makes it over to that landing platform, clearing obstacle 4. Working his way down those spinning discs. And he clears his way through obstacle number 5. He makes his way across obstacle 6. Nice climbing up. This is new for our competitors now. Engage with that trapeze. We'll swing and make our way across these 2 coat hangers here. Beckham has the ring on the first one. And he's engaged with the second. And he's cleared his way through obstacle number 7. Now they have to make their way across our little spinning padded barrels up on the pipe there. Sorry, I couldn't remember that word there. Beckham's hopping his way along. Now our competitors need to, well, we got a nice little demonstration there from Beckham. They need to get that pipe to flip up and over, so they can then use that to shade to the next obstacle. Now, unfortunately, he's not able to hold on there, but a great first run. And Beckham got through 7 obstacles in 1 minute and 15.96 seconds. Up next, we have Addie. Addie's getting started on her run already. She's through that first obstacle, swinging her way through obstacle number 2. As we hit that landing platform, she gets her second point of the run. She's on to obstacle 3, the spinning disc. Trying to get some composure, use that pole to get a nice stationary push off to the pad, and she does. And she completes her way through obstacle 4 there as well too. She's up working her way through the spinning disc line here. Obstacle number 5. And she makes her way to that red landing platform to secure a 5th point. She's made it through those spinning PVC pipes on the ground. Complete obstacle 6. She's ascending her way up into uncharted territory here. Building up some swing and that trapeze. Got her ring on the first coat hanger and on the second. She's cleared her way through obstacle 7. He's going to give her a 10th at the spinning barrels here. Walking those hands out to him. We're starting to hop that grip along. Again, our competitors are going to need to hold tight and really try to spin that pipe up and over so they can use that to shade themselves to the next area. And Addie, showing a great display of strength and control there, is able to get that thing to spin. Unfortunately, she just couldn't navigate getting her way over to that pipe, but great run out of Addie. She got through 7 obstacles in 1 minute and 11.86 seconds. Good enough to have her in first so far. Up next, we're going to have William. William's getting started with this run. Through that first obstacle. Quickly getting into number 2. Swinging his way through that one. on that second spinning disc, using that pole to push himself off. Swinging through the fourth obstacle. And climbing his way up to get started on obstacle number 5, working his way over the vertical spinning discs with the cliffhangers. And he's through that one as well too. Easily navigated those spinning PVC pipes on the ground. He's already starting to build some spin on obstacle 7 here, trying to get off to that first coat hanger. He's got his hands on that and navigates a successful landing to clear obstacle 7. Now it's going to be William's turn here to get a shot at our spinning barrels. So we saw a little bit from the competitors yesterday. That pad can spin around the pipes, so those athletes really need to have a tight squeeze if they're going to try to get that pad and that pole to flip up and over. Williams made it to the pipe here, chalking up a little bit with his coach, working on that grip. He's got to do a little lâché forward to catch this trapeze here. And he just can't keep his hands on that. Great run out of Williams. William got through 7 obstacles in 53 seconds, 53.89 seconds, sorry about that. And up next, we're going to have Lucas. Lucas is competing today for Strive Ninja Fitness. Looks like he's up on the block. After we get some competitors out of the way here, we're going to get him counted in and start that run. And he's off. Successfully completes that first obstacle. It's a big jump up into obstacle 2, swinging his way down that line. Gets that box to clear. Engaging with those spinning discs at obstacle 3. Lucas is going for a little ride on the first one, but he gains his composure, gets back out on his feet. Trying to navigate the gap across here. Taking his time. Gets one foot across, gets the hands over, feet slip, but holds tight, and he's successfully on the second disc. Just have to see if Lucas can figure out how to propel himself across that little gap to the landing pad. He's trying to get himself in position. Put up on that pole for a nice push off, and he figures his way through. Great job, Lucas. Up on to number 4 here. Nice swing through the landing platform. With a minute left, he's climbing his way up to start obstacle number 5. Already across to that second spinning disc. And clears that landing, making his way across those spinning PVC pipes to complete obstacle 6. Up on that trapeze at 7 here, with bumps and swing. Got his hand to that first coat hanger. Swing into the second. Got his hand on that, and that's a clear. Alright, now it's Lucas's turn to attempt to see if he can be the first obstacle, or first ninja to complete obstacle 8 here. His hands out on that spinning barrel, popping his way along. Alright, so he's got the one we need to spin. starting to get that pad up. But unfortunately that grip just doesn't hold up for him there. Great run out of Lucas. Lucas completed 7 obstacles in 2 minutes and 7.81 seconds. And up next, we're going to have Benjamin. Benjamin looks like he's on the starting block there. Benjamin's competing for Surge Ninja today. And he's off for his run. Through that first obstacle. Big bounce off that Euro tramp up to get engaged with the swinging at obstacle 2. Feet get to that block. Clear his way through, and he's onto the horizontal spinning discs as well. Nice big jump across. So we can use a similar technique here. Get himself squared up. Big jump to the pad. Benjamin's on to obstacle 4. Leaps out. And unfortunately, with only one hand on the ring there, he couldn't hold on, and that's going to wrap up Benjamin's run. Benjamin completed 3 obstacles in 26.75 seconds. Now up next, we have Maisie. Maisie's competing for Ninja Mania today. So she's up on the starting block there. And as our judge comes around, I think he's ready to count off her run. And she's through that first obstacle. Big leap off that Euro tramp. And she's starting to swing her way down the line at number 2. Gets that dismount. And she's on the spinning discs. Quickly across those. Make sure both feet get to that landing platform cleanly. Just reaching out to get that ring onto the hook. And big swing. Feet touch that landing platform. Secure point 4. She's swinging away across that first spinning disc there. She's got her hands on the second. She swings for a little dismount. She's going to make her way across those balance pipes. Good. Making her way up. Getting on 7 here. Getting some swing at that trapeze. Got that first coat hanger ring. Got the second coat hanger ring. And that's a clear number 7 for Maisie. Maisie's making her way up to give a attempt at number 8 here. Hopping those hands quickly over to that second barrel there. And I think she was trying to spin it on the wrong side there to begin with, but she figured out what way she needs to get it to go. Trying to pull herself up, use that body weight to help get that pipe down. She got it up and lands it on the other side. Let's see if Maisie can get her hands over there. And unfortunately just can't reach that grip. Let's go. But great run out of Maisie. She completed 7 obstacles in 1 minute and 3.86 seconds. Good enough to have her in second so far. Our next runner-up is going to be Cora. She's on the block here, getting ready to go. Judge is counting her in. And she's off. Through the first obstacle easily. Big leap to set herself for a nice swing into obstacle 2. And hits that landing platform for her second point. On those spinning discs, number 3. Using that pole, as we've seen quite a few competitors do this stage. Those feet up, they don't want to risk not getting to that landing platform and ending their run early. Nice swing over to 4 there. Clean so far. Starting to climb her way up and get ready to start number 5. Working down that line of spinning discs. Swings her way to that second disc. Got that hand engaged and touches down for the landing. Onto those spinning poles. Makes her way across. She's on to obstacle 7. building up her swing, trying to get the ring to the top of that coat hanger there. See if I can give you a little bit better insight. She gets it to hook. She goes for that nice pullback and swinging her way through to complete that obstacle. Cora's making her way up, getting ready to engage with those spinning barrels. Walking her hands out to the first one there. And hopping along, trying to get across that gap to the second barrel. Pull herself up, nice grip, and let that weight help pull that pipe up and over. She's got it, showing some nice control there. Walking those hands forward. Let's see if Cora can successfully get herself out to that pipe. Oh, one hand grab, but the second just couldn't maintain. Great run out of Cora there. Cora completed 7 obstacles in 1 minute and 23.03 seconds. Good enough to have her in 5th so far. Up next, we have Jackson. Jackson's competing for Strive Ninja Fitness. He's on that starting block there, getting counted by our judge. And he's off. Bounce into obstacle 2 there. Swinging his way through. Navigating those spinning discs. Climbing up that board on number 4. Set for his nice swing. Clears that obstacle as well. Those hands on the first spinning disc at 5. It's across to the second. Down for a clear. Across the ground game, no problems. Climbing his way up the outside of that truss there. Starting to swing on that trapeze. Manages to keep that ring hook this time and clears his way right through that obstacle. Coming around to make his way up to obstacle 8. This obstacle has proven quite the challenge at the beginning of stage 2 here. Working to the outside, using that weight. Jackson seemed to get that flip pretty easy. Let's see if he can navigate getting both hands on that pipe. He does. All right. He's also chalking up a little bit, making sure that grip's ready to go. A little shade here. Got a catch. I think I misspoke earlier when I said a trapeze. Looks like they had a little 2-grip obstacle they got to catch and hang on to there. Oh, and he got those hands on, but just couldn't hang on the whole time. Great run out of Jackson. Jackson completed 7 obstacles in 51.28 seconds, our fastest competitor to that point so far. And up next, we have Lennon. Lennon's competing today for Strive Ninja Fitness. Up on the block there, and the judge is starting to count them in to start stage 2 run. And Lennon's through the first obstacle. Swinging her way through obstacle 2. Quickly navigates the spinning discs on 3. Hook, swing, and that's a clear for 4. Hands on those big spinning discs. And engaged with the second. Quite looking, but there she goes. And feet get to that landing platform. She's cleared number 5. Across the ground pipes. Oh no! Unfortunately, we got a little tripped up on the PVC pipe there. Didn't make it all the way over to the landing. Pretty sure Lennon's okay. She's up and walking off the course. Great run from Lennon. Brennan completed 5 obstacles in 41.7 seconds. We have her in 8th so far. And up next, we're going to have Theodore. Theodore's competing today for Strive Ninja Fitness as well. So he's making his way up to the block. Theodore's off for his run. Leads that first obstacle, no problem. Big bounce into number 2. Goes back, swings, and clears number 2 as well. Goes for a once around on that first spin in this. Turns himself to face the second. Ready for a nice square jump. Hands on the pole. Jump to number 2, but unfortunately, the foot hit the ground there, and his run's going to come and to an end a little shorter than sure he hoped. Nice job out of Theodore there. Got through 2 obstacles in 9.54 seconds. Up next, we have Haris. Haris is competing for Team Ninja Mania. Is off. Just through that first obstacle. Big jump and swing through number 2. And there's the second point. Reese is onto the spinning disc. He goes for a once, twice. Let's make it 3 times around. But he's back up on his feet. Gets to the front of that pole. Get himself situated. And hops over to the second. And successfully gets off of that. Jumps for the hook, lands on the pad, and there's his 4th point. He swings his way over to that second vertical spinning disc. He's got his hands on that cliffhanger there. It seems like he's able to successfully get off of that. Navigate those spinning PVC pipes on the ground. He's climbing his way up. Get started with our 7th obstacle. Got the first ring. Swing into the second. And down to the landing platform for a clear of number 7. Now it's Haris's turn. And again, I don't think we've had a competitor successfully navigate number 8 yet so far. Reese is hopping along the spinning barrel. He's onto the second. Let's see if he can get that pipe to flip up and over. He's got both hands on that pipe. Chalking up with Coach Quinn. Building up some swing. Let's see if Haris can keep those hands on the target. Again, gets them both on, but just can't hold. Great run out of Haris. It's a much more difficult move than it looks. Haris completed 7 obstacles in 1 minute and 26.97 seconds. Great run out of Haris. Up next, we have Parker. Parker's on the starting block now. Getting counted in by our judge. And he's off. Parker's competing for Surge Ninja. Swinging their way through obstacle 2. And and they've cleared. Making their way towards those spinning discs. Woof. Risky exit right there, but successfully made it to the pad. Big jump out. Touches down safely on number 4. Sending our way up to work our way across those spinning discs on 5. He's on the first. Swings his way over to number 2. And we're down for a clear across those spinning pipes on the ground as well. And Parker is making his way up and building up some swing on that trapeze. Let's see if he can get to that first coat hanger, which he has. Got his hands on the second, and here's number 7. Parker gets up on that starting platform, jumps up to that pipe. He's ready to make his attempt. But, very, very challenging obstacle 8 we have here. Parker's climbing up top. I think he watched what our competitors were doing yesterday. They had a ring to help with that, but Parker just shimmied up, squeezed, and let his body go. If he can just make his way over to the pipe there we go. That was the quickest we've seen someone get that pipe to flip so far. Let's see if Parker can hold on to those very challenging grip at the other end. And once again, both hands on, but just can't hold. Great run from Parker. Parker completed 7 obstacles in 58.4 seconds. Good enough to have him in 3rd so far. And up next, we're going to have Dustin. Dustin's competing for Vitality Obstacle Fitness. Waiting on that pipe to get reset, which just did. Judge is counting Dustin into his stage 2 run. He's off. Making quick work of those first 2 obstacles as he touches down on the box there. It's on those spinning discs. Using that center pole for a nice little stable point to push off to get to that pad. Great job out of Dustin there. Navigates number 4. Swinging his way over to that second disc at 5, and Dustin is through that obstacle as well. Quickly gets across those PVC pipes on the ground, and he's up swinging his way into 7. His hand on that second coat hanger. Let's see if he can navigate getting down safely, and he can. All right, and it's Dustin's turn for obstacle number 8. Taking a second. Eyeing it up. And he's engaged. Putting his hands up onto that first pad. Knocking himself along. Let's see what technique Dustin tries to go for here. His arms up, nice tight squeeze. He's going to go for the arm technique here. He's getting the pipe up a little. About that midpoint, can he work it all the way over? And he can. Let's see, can Dustin navigate his way over to it? He does. And let's see if he can hold on here. I have a feeling this place is going to erupt the first time someone's able to hold on to those grips there. Building up some swing. And just doesn't quite get far enough out there to get those hands on it. A great run out of Dustin. Dustin was able to complete 7 obstacles in 55.06 seconds. Good enough to have him in 3rd so far. Up next, we're going to have Emma. And it looks like she's ready on the starting block there. Judge hands her the ring. And starting to count her down to start that run. She's through the first obstacle. completes the second. And quickly gets onto those spinning discs. Ooh, she's going for a little 1-2. Times around. Stops where she wants. Gets some composure. Find that footing as she steps her way across. Ooh. Getting her back to that pole. Trying to get herself nice and square, facing the target she's got to jump to. Reaching the hands, nice jump out, and she does. She got one more time, and she gets off to that landing platform to clear obstacle 3. Swings her way through 4, quickly hops on that truss to climb up and get started with 5. Swings her way over to that second spinning disc and touches down for a clear. Making her way across those PVC pipes without a problem. Building up some swing at the start of 7. Engage with that second ring and touches down on that landing platform. Nice clear. Is making her way up to obstacle number 8 here. Got her hands on the first barrel. Hopping across to the second. All right, and Emma succeeded in getting that pipe over. She got herself over to it with both hands on, chalking up quickly here. She got 2 nunchucks right in front of her there. She's eyeing up. Those hands got on, and again, we just can't hold. It's a very, very difficult grip right there. A great run from Emma. Emma completed 7 obstacles in 1 minute and 26.7 seconds. Good enough to have her in 9th place so far. Next up, we have Emily, and whoop, we are going quickly. She's already on that course and on to obstacle number 2. Clears her way through that without any issue. Hops right along number 3 and did not like the exit path, so went for a quick ride there to make sure she was safely getting off to the dismount. Swings through 4 without a problem. Swings over to that second vertical disc, and she's cleared her way through obstacle number 5. Climbing her way up to that trapeze at 7. Swinging out and reaching for the first coat hanger. Now she took the ring off there, unfortunately. So she's going to have to really have some focus here to re-engage that with the coat hanger. That is hanging on that at the start of the obstacle. Showing a lot of resilience and focus here. Although I'm sure that left arm is starting to get tired having to hang on for that long. And there she goes. She hooks it back in, swings to the second, and clears her way through obstacle 7. Right. Now Emily's making her way up in obstacle 8 here. Gets those hands out and wrapped around that first barrel. Just hopping her way across to the second. Quickly pulls herself up. Gets a nice big hug and sees if she can start working that pipe up a little bit more. Gets it all the way over. Next challenge is getting ourselves out to that pipe. One hand's on, second hand's on. A little shake out. I'm sure she's feeling a nice pump in those forearms right now. And no chalk. She's just building some swing and going for those nunchucks. Once again, both hands get on, but just can't hold. Great run out of Emily. Emily completed 7 obstacles in 1 minute, 26.4 seconds. Good enough to have her in 9th so far. Up next, we're going to have Austin. Austin looks like he's up on the starting block there for us already, getting counted in, competing for vitality, obstacle, fitness. And he's off for his run. Swinging his way through that second obstacle until he makes it clear. Goes for a once around on the first spinning disc here as he gains his composure. Eyeing up his target, trying to find some good sure footing, pushing off that, thinking about pushing off that pipe, but went for a little spin around. Coach is trying to help him find a strategy here. Looks like we're going to try to use the pipe, push us off to catch the second one, and unfortunately just couldn't make it far enough there. Great run out of Austin. Austin got through 2 obstacles. And up next, we have Gianna. Gianna's competing for Ninja Mania today on that starting block there. Looks like our judge is getting ready to count her in for her stage 2 run. Let's do that first obstacle. Swinging on obstacle number 2, but unfortunately I think she lost her grip, went back there, and her run is going to come to a, sure in her mind, premature end right there. Up next we have Miles. Looks like he's ready on the starting block there. Judge is counting him in and off for his run. Competing for vitality, obstacle fitness. Quickly makes it through that first obstacle, swinging his way through number 2, touches down on the landing platform. Engages with 3, he's off to the other side, taking that little S path right between the two poles. Touches down on number 4. Quickly moving up to 5. Just one more step, make sure he can get his hands where he wants it on that grip. Swings his way across to the second disc. And eyeing that landing platform, and he is down successfully. Makes his way across the spinning PPCs. Starting to climb his way up for obstacle 7 now. Building up some speed on that trapeze. Gauges that first ring. Swings to that second coat hanger. Has that ring. And is down for a clear. All right, and it's Miles' turn to come face off with obstacle number 8 here. Most of our athletes have been able to successfully get out and flip the pipe. I'd say about half have been able to get to the pipe, but unfortunately we have yet to see one be able to get both hands on and hold on to those dual nunchucks that they're trying to lâcher their way across to. For those of you watching at home who are unsure what a nunchuck it is a vertical metal pipe with very little grip or friction on it. These athletes really need to show some great grip strength to be able to hold on to one of those. All right, and Miles wrapped up his run, completing 7 obstacles in 1 minute and 2.42 seconds. Good enough to have him in 5th. And up next, we're going to have Lennon. Lennon looks like they're on the starting block there. Looks like our judge is ready to start counting Lennon off for the run. Lennon's competing for Strive Ninja Fitness. Easily makes it through that first obstacle, swinging their way through number 2. And there's a clear. We're onto the spinning discs, taking that little S path on either side of the poles there. Nice efficient movement. easily swings her way through number 4 and is reaching out to start number 5. Swings from the first disc to the second. Working that little backwards approach, gets the second hand on. It's getting ready to spot that landing platform and dismount successfully. Moves through 5 obstacles, now 6. Linden's up on that trapeze, building up her swing. She's got her hand on that first ring on the coat hanger, swinging across to the second, and down for a clear of number 7. All right, as we've talked about almost every run so far, Linden's up here facing off with obstacle 8. Doesn't waste much time getting into it here. Putting those hands across. See if we can navigate to the pad we have to spin. Oh, and as we go for the hop, we just can't hold on. That was a great run out of Lennon. Lennon moved with a purpose there, completing 7 obstacles in 1 minute and 11.84 seconds. Good enough to have her up in 7th so far. Up next, we have Dallas. Dallas looks like they're getting ready on the starting block there. Competing today for Vitality Obstacle Fitness. Having a quick chat with our judge here. Looks like we're getting counted off to start the stage 2 run. Easily through that first obstacle. Right into the second. Building up some power. Clears number 2. Sprinting into number 3. Got to that second disc, trying to get their feet up on the pole there. Use that little non-spinning part of the obstacle for a steady push-off point, and she does. Touches down. That ring, jump, swing, and she's across number 4. Quickly climbing her way up. Gets those hands on that first disc of 5. Swinging her way across. Onto number 2 at 5, and she's down for a clear there. Running across those ground obstacles at 6 without an issue. Climbing her way up. Starting to build up that swing on that trapeze. Oh, we got another one that took the ring inadvertently. We gotta see if we have the focus here to get it back on. She does. And swings her way across to that second coat hanger, and she's down. Nice job. All right. And as it's becoming a theme, Dallas is ready to face off with obstacle 8. Get those hands engaged with the pipe and starts walking her way out to the first barrel. Got a nice tight bear hug on that as she's hopping her way along. She does make it to the second. Looks like she's very confidently lifting and flipping that pipe. Nice. And now can Dallas get her hands out onto that pipe for the lache? She does. She's chalking up with her coach. Shaking off a little. Getting those hands and those arms ready. She's eyeing up those dual nunchucks in front of her. She gets the hands on as she holds. We might have our first clear of obstacle 8, and we do! Congratulations to Dallas. She's got to climb her way up the rope for obstacle 9 here. There's a pipe up at the top. She's got to walk her way out, get engaged with a ring, and do a big boot scoot swing. There's a mat in front. They got to hold their hips and legs up and try to engage with the obstacle on the other side. She's cleared the swing, but she just can't hold on there. Great run from Dallas, our first competitor to get through that 8th obstacle, which has proved such a challenge for everyone else. She got through those 8 obstacles in 2 minutes and 4.08 seconds. Good enough to have her in first place so far. Our next competitor is Mason. Mason looks like he's getting ready on the starting block there as we're making sure everything's reset on the course. Mason's competing for Vitality Obstacle Fitness today. Mason's off for his run. Quickly through that first obstacle. Swinging his way through number 2. To get to that box, which he does. He's cleared his way through that one as well. Hops right over those spinning discs on number 3. Reaching out, trying to set that ring. He's swung his way to a 4th point. Onto that first disc at 5. Engaging with the slot. Swing into the second. And he's down for a clear there as well. Successfully navigates that spinning PVC pipe on the ground. Building up his swing on the trapeze. See if he can cleanly get this first ring. He does. Swings to that second. And he has cleared his way through 7 obstacles so far. All right, now let's see if Mason can take a cue from our last competitor and make his way across this rather challenging 8th obstacle. He's hopping his way along that first barrel. Starting to lift that pipe and flip that over. He's got that there. One hand, 2 hands. Looks like he's getting ready to get chalked up. Turn himself around and face towards those nunchucks. It's got to swing and lachey his way over to. Mason looks ready. He's building some swing. And he got it. All right, and the second obstacle to complete the nunchucks there. Now again, like we were saying before, Mason's got to climb his way up this rope, climb across a pipe up at the top, and get engaged with a ring for a big boot scoop swing where they have to catch a obstacle up in the air on the other side. He's got his hands on that ring. Looks like he's getting ready to send it. And just can't hold on to the other obstacle. But great run from Mason. Our second competitor to complete that 8th obstacle, doing it in 1 minute and 44.02 seconds. Good enough to have him in first place so far. Our next competitor is going to be Ori. Ori's on that starting block right now, getting counted in by our judge and getting ready to start her stage 2 run. She's through that first obstacle, swinging her way through number 2. And she's cleared. Working her way around those spinning discs at number 3. Up onto 4. Swings her way across for another clear. And quickly up onto those spinning discs. Swings her way over to the second, and she's down for a dismount. She's walking across those spinning pipes on the ground, climbing up for number 7. And she navigates that 7th obstacle without any issue there. Quickly hops right out, getting ready to attack this 8th obstacle after seeing those last 2 competitors finally tackle this back to back. Going for that whole body technique. Oh, now just using those arms to work it over. Hopping herself a little closer. Gets those hands on that bar. Building up that swing, eyeing those nunchucks. Just can't hold on. That's the end of a great run for Ari. Ari completed 7 obstacles in 49.88 seconds. Good enough to have her in 3rd so far. And up next, we're going to have Layla. Layla's competing today for Vitality Obstacle Fitness. goes off for her run through that first obstacle. Touches down to complete number 2. Quickly through those discs on 3, and that's a clear there. Sets, swings for her 4th point. Right onto that first disc. Swinging across to number 2. And she's down for a clear of 5. Touching the green box there, clears her of 6. She's building up that swing on 7. Oh, and we have another competitor that pulled the ring. So once again, she's going to have to show some focus. Tries to get that ring re-engaged with a wobbling top to the coat hanger, and she does. Swings to the 2nd, and she's through for a dismount. Great recovery there from Layla. All right, Layla's taking a 2nd, eyeing up 8, catching her breath. And she has engaged. Quickly makes her way across to that 2nd barrel. Starts trying to figure out how to get that pipe to lift up and over. She's got it moving. Oh, drop back down to the bottom there. I'm sure it's quite the challenge to have to maintain enough pressure to not have that barrel spin around the pipe and waste all your effort, while also still keeping yourself on control and moving it over. But it looks like Layla figured that out. She's walking herself towards that pipe, trying to build up that little swing to get those feet. She's got one hand too, and she's getting herself in position here. Shaking out, chalking up, eyeing up those nunchucks in front of her, getting ready to build up some swing and see if she can hold on. She's building that swing. Oh, and she just can't hold on. It's going to bring a great run from Layla to an end. Layla completed 7 obstacles in 1 minute, 0.58 seconds. Good enough to have her in 8th place. Up next, we're going to have Davis. Davis is starting their run, competing for Strive Ninja Fitness today. Right through that first obstacle, swinging their way through obstacle 2. Taking that nice efficient S path around both poles of obstacle 3. Swings for a 4th point, and getting right up and on to obstacle 5. Already across to the 2nd disc. Swing down, touchdown for a landing. Navigating those spinning pipes. Building that swing on the trapeze at 7. Eyeing that first ring on the coat hanger. Successfully has the hand on. Grab the 2nd. We've cleared through 7 obstacles. Now it's Davis' turn to head up and face off with obstacle 8. Davis leaps up, hops along that first barrel, quickly over to the 2nd. Getting those arms up, nice tight squeeze. Quickly flip that pipe. Working out towards it. 1, 2, and we're on there. Building up some swing, eyeing those nunchucks. Descend and just can't hold. All right, and number 8 claims another run. Great job out of Davis there. Davis completed 7 obstacles in 7 obstacles in 54.18 seconds. Good enough to have him in 6 so far. Let's get that on the screen for you guys. Up next, we have Austin. Austin looks like he's getting ready on the block there. Getting counted in, competing for Strive Ninja Fitness today. Starting off the stage 2 run. Easily through that first obstacle. Swinging their way through 2 and touching down. taking that S path around and through number 3. And swings through 4. Reaching those hands across for the second disc. It's through number 5. Through number 6. And climbing their way up to start off on 7. Grabs that second coat hanger. Clears their way through 7. And Austin's getting their turn to face off with obstacle 8. Wasted no time here, getting right up to that second barrel, getting that arm up, using that weight to spin that over, looking very efficient here. Building up some swing, trying to get out to that pipe. Got both hands on there. Chalking up for a second. Building up some swing, eyeing those nunchucks. And we've held. Austin swinging, eyeing that landing platform, and has cleared an 8th obstacle. Making their way over to number 9, quickly making their way up the rope. Austin has hands on the pipes, walking out to the ring. Get ready to get set for the big boot scoot swing. And he's sending it. And just can't hold on to the grip on the other side. Great run out of Austin there. Austin got through 8 obstacles in 1 minute and 33.6 seconds. Good enough to have him in first so far. Our next competitor up is Steven. Steven looks like they're up on the block here, competing for Vitality Obstacle Fitness. And our judge is giving them the countdown to start their run. Through the first, onto the second. Right. Austin navigated that back corner without much issue. First half of the course. Now up on the trapeze at 7, building some swing. Got that first ring successfully. Engaged with the second. And we're down for a clear of 7. Steven's turn to step up here and face off with obstacle 8. See if he can be the 4th competitor of this stage to navigate the way successfully through this rather challenging obstacle. He got the pipe flip. See if he can get his hands out to it. Ooh, almost went up a little bit, but great focus there. Keeping those hands engaged on a moving target. Chalks up, eyeing the nunchucks, and building some swing. And he's held. All right, let's see if he can navigate his way down to the landing platform. And he has cleared number 8. Steven's making his way up the rope, starting with obstacle 9. Gets the ring off. Starting to pull back a little and get ready for this nice big boot scoot swing. Through. And we got our hands on the target at the end there, but again, just couldn't hold. Great run from Steven. He completed 8 obstacles in 1 minute and 38.3 seconds. Good enough to have him in 2nd place so far. Our next competitor up is Madison. Madison looks like she's getting counted down in the starting block, competing for Search Ninja today. Making her way around and through that first obstacle without any issues. Through obstacle 2. Taking both outside paths around on that nice little S-track through the spinning disc. And oh, unfortunately, she commits to the jump for 4 and just doesn't get the ring on there. I'm sure she's a little frustrated. That run's coming to an end so quickly there, and she was moving with a lot of speed and confidence up to that point. Up next, we have Madison. Madison's competing for Surge Ninja. Looks like she's ready on the starting block, and we're waiting on our judge and make sure we got some stuff reset before he makes his way back down and counts her off for her stage 2 run. And Jonah's swinging his way over to the second disc at 5 there, making his way across those pipes. And he's cleared his way through obstacle 6. Engage with that trapeze at 7. Hands out on the ring. Got the second. And he's down for a clear of 7. All right, so Jonah's making his way up and eyeing up obstacle 8. Hopping his way along those barrels. Transitions to the second. Let's see how he goes about trying to get this pipe to spin. Trying to get the legs up. Squeeze tight and use that body to flip it. Oh, almost lost the hand. Just holding on by some fingers there as he navigates his way over to the pipe. Great job there. All right, so Jonah is building up some swing. Opting away from chalk, just eyeing up those nunchucks, and he is held. Let's see if he can hit that landing platform for a clear, and he has. All right, now it's Jonah's turn. He's now facing off with the new wall, obstacle 9. He's on the rope and is sending his way up. Jonah's engaged with the ring. He's getting ready for the big boot suit swing. Oh, and hands hit the target and once again just couldn't hold. Great run from Jonah. Obstacle 9 is still proving quite the challenge for these competitors. No one has been able to bust through. Jonah got through those 8 obstacles in 1 minute and 36.38 seconds. Good enough to tuck him in between Austin and Steven at 3rd place. Our next competitor up is Riker. Riker's competing for Surge Ninja and is currently getting counted down and starting off that stage 2 run. Quickly through the first obstacle. Ripping through number 2. Sprinting towards 3, taking that and going for a little extra ride or 2 around that second disc, using that pole. Turning around, trying to walk themselves 2, and they make it off. Swings through obstacle number 4 there. And across to the second disc at 5. Eyeing up that landing platform. Now making their way across those spinning PVCs. And Riker's up and on that trapeze, starting off 7. Swinging his way through both of those. And now Riker, wasted no time, hops right across out to that second barrel. Gets that arm up, using that weight to twist that over. Getting ready to pop himself over and opting away from chalk again. Just eyeing up those nunchucks, sending it over, and got a good grip. Coming down for that dismount. And Riker has cleared his way through obstacle 8. Let's see if Riker can be the first ninja in this stage here to break their way through obstacle 9. Game planning, catching his breath, and I'm sure letting those arms rest a second before he jumps out and quickly climbs his way up. He's got the ring, he's building a little backswing, and that was the cleanest I think we've seen the hands get on that target, but still Riker couldn't hold on. All right, Riker made it through 8 obstacles in 1 minute and 19.11 seconds. Good enough to have him in second so far. Great run from Riker. Our next competitor is Lionel. Lionel looks like he's ready to go at our starting block there and is getting counted down by our judge. Competing for Surge Ninja. Rushing through that first obstacle. Clears obstacle 2. Taking that S path around number 3. Swings through 4. On that second disc at 5 and cleared. Making their way back across 6. On the trapeze at 7. Building that swing. Engage with the first coat hanger. Engage with the second coat hanger. Makes their way easily through that 7th obstacle and hopping right on out and aggressively attacking obstacle 8. Right out to that second barrel. Working that pipe up and over. Lionel looks like he's done this once or twice before. Got his hands on that pipe, building those swings, eyeing up that nunchuck, and he's gripped it. Just got to find that landing platform, and he's down. All right, so Lionel's getting ready at the start of obstacle 9 here. Getting a little chalk, talking with the coach. And he's off and starting his climb. Let's see, Lionel's going for the swing, got those hands up, and he held! Now can he navigate to the second? He got to the landing platform. Now we got our first competitor coming to obstacle 10 here. We have our little run of cannonballs. Lionel's got to be nice and careful as we see that whole pipe swings. We can't engage with yellow. Only the hooks are in play here. He's showing nice control as he's slowing down, trying not to use such big moves as he's got to be very careful with finesse. Trying to get that second cannonball into that little carabiner. He's got it. He's got one more to try to navigate. Oh, he's looking for that final hook. He's in. He's to the rope, and we might have our first clear. And we do! Congratulations to Rhino, our first competitor to make it all the way through that course. Great run. Lionel managed to complete all 10 obstacles in 2 minutes and 22.83 seconds. Great run out of Lionel. Great, great run. Our next competitor to give it a try at the course here is going to be Ethan, competing for Ninja Mania. Ethan's getting counted in a starting block there. And he's off to start his run through that first obstacle. Quickly through that second obstacle. Woof! Got a little out of control on obstacle. Oh, and unfortunately the foot didn't quite make it to that landing pad there. You can see Ethan's a little upset with that run ending prematurely in his eyes right there. It's unfortunate. That's part of Ninja. Looks like our next competitor up is going to be Devin. Devin's on the starting block there, waiting to get counted in by our judge. Devin's competing for Vitality Obstacle Fitness. Big jump out for number 2. And he clears. Stays on the outside, same outside through obstacle number 3 there. Right through that big swing on obstacle 4. On the second disc at 5. And he's down for a clear. Across those PVC pipes without any issue. Building up a swing on that first trapeze. He's engaged with the first coat hanger. On the second, and he's cleared number 7. Devin's taking the second here. Catching his breath before he hops out. Moves from the first barrel to the second. Get those arms up. He's starting to lift and twist that pipe over. And another competitor making that look pretty easy. Getting both hands out on that pipe, building his swing. Eyeing up those nunchucks, and oh, got the hands on, but just couldn't hold. That's going to wrap up Devin's run right there. Great run from Devin. Devin managed to complete 7 obstacles in 41.96 seconds. Good enough to have him up in 9th place so far. And our next competitor is going to be Reese. We have 5 competitors left, including Reese. Reese is competing today for Vitality Obstacle Fitness. And our judge is counting him down to start off his stage 2 run through obstacle 1. Past obstacle 2. Taking that outside 1-2 step approach right past 3. Swings through 4. Got his hands on that second disc and touches down for a clear 5. Making it over to that green box there means he cleared number 6. And Reese is wasting no time. Already getting those hands out. Oh, grabbed that ring. So Reese is going to have to show a little focus here to get it re-engaged. Trying to get it on. Looks like he needs to get it over there and pull, which he does. Gets that second coat hanger, and he's off. He steps his way up to obstacle number 8 here. Takes a big leap out to that first barrel. Hops right over to the second. Gives it a big squeeze. And twists that right over to the other side. Got both hands on the pipe there. Chalking up with his coach. Eyeing up those nunchucks in front of him. Building up that swing. And he's held. And he's through obstacle 8. Reese is getting ready. Jumps out. Starts climbing his way up to the pipe. Get going on obstacle 9. Goes for that big swing. And he catches. We have a second competitor who looks like they might just be clearing obstacle 9. They did. And here comes Reese making his way up to this very challenging 10th obstacle. He's on the first cannonball. He's got to get his hands on both. Now again, that whole pipe is swinging. He's got to show really nice control here. Trying to not have too big of movements to keep that target from really getting out of control on him there. He gets it in there. Time's getting short though. Is he going to be able to get through and get the clear? He does. We have our second clear. Great run from Reese. Reese managed to get through all 10 obstacles in 2 minutes and 26.26 seconds, coming in right behind Lionel for second place so far. Great run, Reese. Now our next competitor is Gavin. He's competing also for Vitality Obstacle Fitness. Looks like he's ready and waiting at that starting block there. Judge is making sure all of our obstacles are reset and we're ready to go. He's now counting Gavin off. Gavin's quickly through those first 2 obstacles. And number 3 poses no problem as well. Leaps out and swings through 4. Right up onto the discs at 5. And across 6 without any issues as well. Building up some swing at that trapeze to start 7. Across both of those coat hangers, right around that pole. And up and ready to attack 8. Hands on the pipe, hopping across the barrels. He's to the second. Let's see what technique Gavin tries to use here for flipping that pipe. Not sure if he's trying to use that. I think he's maybe going for the yesterday technique again. That whole body up, squeezing tight, and just letting that body weight flip that pipe. All right, he gets both hands over. Chalking up with his coach. Whole time eyeing those nunchucks in front of him. Building up some swing. He's over, and he's caught it. And he's down. Gavin's made it through 8 obstacles. And wasting no time getting on that rope and climbing right up to that pipe. Making his way across. He's engaged with that ring, going for the swing, and he catches! Let's see if he can get down to that next platform without clearing. Yes, he did. And Gavin's making his sprint over to start at number 10. He's got his hands on that second cannonball. Showing nice control there. Gets it in number 4. 1 more to go. Time's getting short. Let's see if he can get across to that buzzer in time. And he does! We have our third clear of the course. Great run from Gavin. Completed all 10 obstacles in 2 minutes and 27.53 seconds to have him in third place so far. Our next competitor up is Connor. Connor's competing for Surge Ninja. Looks like we have 2 competitors waiting on deck after Connor, just Nathan and Logan.
I'm gonna lose my voice even more. I need to massage my voice box. Connor!
And Connor's navigated those first 4 obstacles, or 3 obstacles, now 4 obstacles without any hiccup. Reaching out to get engaged with that first spinning disc. And he's through obstacle 5 as well. Getting to that green box, complete 6. Building up his swings at the start of 7. Got that first coat hanger. And he's through both. Connor climbs up, takes a big leap out to that first pad, hops right to the second, wastes no time climbing himself up on top. Gonna go for that nice bear hug approach and let all that body weight flip that pipe right over for him. Gets 1-2 hands out to the pipe, turns himself around, eyes up that nunchuck, builds the swing, and he's caught. Let's see if he can get down. He's cleared number 8. Connor steps up on the starting block, gets hands on the ropes, starts climbing his way up. He's on the cross pipe. Getting that ring off. He'll start building a little swing here, and he's sending for the boot scoot, and he catches. Let's see if he can get his way down, clear his way out of this obstacle. Got to recontrol your direction there, and he does. All right. Now Connor's got 40 seconds here to make his way across this 10th and final obstacle. First thing, he's got to get his hand on that second cannonball, which he does. Working some nice control, trying to hook in number 3. High in number 4. And he's almost there. Oh, he lost his cannonball. So he's gonna have to really build his swing here. See if he can get to that rope. Oh, and can he get down? He saves it. Connor manages to clear the court, our 4th competitor to do so. Overcoming a little accident at the end there too. Connor managed to get through all 10 obstacles in 2 minutes and 26.63 seconds. Great run out of Connor there. Next up, we have Nathan. Nathan's waiting on the starting block there, competing for Surge Ninja. Our judge is making sure all of our obstacles are reset, and the course is ready for Nathan to get his run. All right, our judge is counting Nathan down for his stage 2 run. He's through obstacle 1. And navigates obstacles 2 and 3 without any issues. Swings through 4. On that second disc at 5 and clears his way through 5. Easily over those ground pipes. Jumps right up to the PVC, showing off that little height advantage, not needing to climb there. Nathan makes his way through 7 easily and is stepping his way right on up to obstacle 8 here. Hops right over to that second barrel, gets a nice big squeeze, twists it over. Getting 1 and 2 hands out on that pipe, eyeing those nunchucks. And he's engaged. He's cleared his way through 8 obstacles. Taking 1 second here for a nice big jump, almost all the way up to that pipe. And Nathan's got that ring, building a little backswing and sending the boot scoot for the catch. Very nice. Let's see if he can get down and get a clean landing, and he has. Nathan's coming to obstacle 10 with over a minute to go. This is the fastest we've seen a competitor get here so far. Now Nathan's height may come back to bite him a little bit here, as all of our other competitors have not had to curl those legs so much to avoid the incidental content with that orange pad underneath. But Nathan is doing a great job of staying focused, keeping those legs curled. And he's hooked number 5, reaching for that rope. And I think he's going to swing him down for another clear. Great run out of Nathan. Nathan was our first competitor to get through all 10 obstacles in under 2 minutes, completing that course in 1 minute and 55.77 seconds. That was a tremendous run out of Nathan. And now our last and final competitor of the Stage 2 division here is going to be Logan Jensen, completing for Strive Ninja Fitness. Logan's chalking up next to the starting block there. Our judge is getting in position. We are getting ready to start our final run of Stage 2. Logan through that first obstacle without any issues. Makes his way quickly through 2. Takes the S technique around both poles in number 3. Big jump and swing through 4. And right on up to 5. Leaps out to that first disc. Swings to the second. And he's already through and working on number 6. Climbing right up that pole at 7. On the trapeze. And he's grabbed that first coat hanger. Grabbed the second. And he is touched down for a clear of number 7. And grabs a quick bit of chalk before getting right onto that barrel. Getting a nice double hand grip there, hopping his way over. Pulling that pipe up and over with very nice control. Eyeing that as he swings and gets both hands over. Coach comes by to let him chalk up a little bit. Logan's going to turn his attention to those nunchucks right in front of him. Built some swing, and he's caught it. And he's gotten down to clear number 8. Grabs a little more chalk before stepping on the starting block at 9. Leaps out to that rope and starts climbing his way up. Quickly shimmies over. Frees that ring. Logan's going to start building some swing before sending himself on the boot scoot. And he has caught the obstacle. Let's see if Logan can safely navigate, making his way down for a clear, and he can. He's sprinting on over to obstacle 10. We have about 40 seconds left here, which, as we've seen, competitors have been able to do before. Hooks in number 3, hooks in number 4, and hooks in number 5. Logan gets that rope, swinging his way across, and we have another clear. Great run out of Logan. Logan completed all 10 obstacles in 2 minutes and 10.29 seconds. Good enough to have him in second place behind Nathan. Congratulations to all of the competitors that ran during stage 2 during our 11 and 12-year-old division here. They all did tremendous on a very challenging course. That should wrap up our stage 2 for our 11 to 12-year-old competitors. Thank you guys for tuning in. We should be back shortly after flipping the gym over, and we should be having our, let me check real quick here, our 13 and 14-year-old competitors starting wave 5, stage 1, hopefully sometime in the next half hour. We'll see you guys soon. Thanks for tuning in.